Lucy, from body power to mind awakening. This movie is not about using 100% of a brain. It is about releasing 100% of a lie. The lie is that identity lives in a body, in time, and in control of form. The plot shows a woman pushed by fear, violence, and chemistry toward a choice the ego never makes willingly, letting go of limits that never defined her in the first place. The handcuff and the briefcase. The opening is a contract with the ego, a cheap bribe, a handcuff to a case, and a smiling promise that it will be quick. This is how the ego sells every bargain: fast, profitable, and no big deal. But the case is always heavier than it looks, because it holds belief itself, fear, dependency, and the hope that the world will pay for our safety. The deal only works when identity agrees to be small. Violence as an unwanted catalyst. A kick to the stomach bursts the pouch and floods the system. On the surface, it is attack. Underneath, it becomes grace, because it forces what was hidden to come to light. Awakening rarely asks our permission, because fear never volunteers for its own end. The drug here is a symbol, not a method. It represents a pressure that breaks the shell of a self-image so that a deeper awareness can surface. I feel everything, and the call home. Lucy's phone call to her mother is not nostalgia. It is a signal that memory is larger than biography. She remembers sensations from infancy, not to glorify the body, but to show that identity was never the body's story at all. Love is prior to time. Love is the fact. The body is the costume. This is why the bad connection on the call matters. The world cannot carry the full bandwidth of real communication. The brain counter is a distraction. 20% gives control of her body. 40% gives influence over others. 60% bends matter and bullets. 80–90% warps space and time. 100% disappears the character. If this were about power, the movie would end at 60%. But real power is not control. It is the absence of the need to control. Each milestone strips away a human dependency: pain, fear, desire, and finally the belief that form is identity. When the percentages rise, the person fades. When the person fades, presence remains. Professor Norman, intellect bows to spirit. Norman is not the savior. He is the point where intellect admits its limit. His pass it on is accurate only when passing means extending light, not hoarding data. That is why Lucy does not publish a paper. She becomes the paperless knowing. The black supercomputer is not a new Tower of Babel. It is a prop that says, if you need symbols, here's a bridge. But the message is simple. Ignorance brings chaos, not knowledge. And true knowledge is not facts in time. It is recognition of what never changes. Time is the only unit of measure, until it isn't. The film says time legitimizes matter. The metaphysical flip is that timelessness legitimizes reality. Speed a car to infinity, and it disappears. That is not proof the car was ultimate. It is proof perception was conditional. What is real does not require time to seem real. The present is the percent the counter cannot count. Save time means end delay, not hurry. Lucy keeps saying save time. She does not mean rush. She means stop investing in detours. To save time is to stop using it to defend a separate self. Every shortcut in the film is symbolic. Telepathy, instant languages, bending space, not to glorify hacks but to point to a state where no travel is needed. Why the color blue keeps showing up. Blue pouches, blue tones, blue light. Blue reads as cold, deep, and beyond ordinary breath. It marks the passages where the character leaves personal temperature and enters impersonal clarity. It is the mood of the ocean before surfacing, vast, quiet, unowned. The kiss, a reminder. Lucy kisses Del Rio and calls it a reminder. The reminder is not romance. It is a tap on the shoulder of the sleeping mind. There is something here that is not threat, not transaction, not possession. It hints that safety is not outside, and help is not a body doing something for another body. The ancestor's hand and the vanishing act. Touching the ancient Lucy is not evolution. It is collapsing the story of becoming back into being. When the counter hits 100%, the character vanishes and leaves only a message. I am everywhere. Everywhere does not fit in a person. Everywhere does not fit in a room, a lab, or a timeline. Everywhere is the end of the search for where. The flash drive is training wheels. The data stick is there for minds that still think truth is information. It is compassion for the stage that wants proof. But the real download already happened. The belief in separation uploaded and then dissolved. The line, "Life was given to us 1 billion years ago. Now you know what to do with it," points to one choice: extend, not exploit. Extend what is true, not what is fearful. The flip that frees the viewer. The ego watches this film and wants the powers. Spirit watches this film and recognizes the pattern. Less body, less fear, less personal story, more presence. The final state is not a superhero. It is a self that needs no suit. The point is not to move faster through the maze, but to realize the maze was drawn on a window, and the window is already open. Bottom line. Lucy is a parable about subtracting what never defined you until nothing is left but what always has. Not quote-unquote more of you, but the end of quote-unquote you that could be threatened. And from there, the only thing left to do with life is the one thing life is: give. Witness now a young woman in a corridor that never really existed. A place between thought and form, between what she believed she was and what she could never stop being. What began as chemistry became confession. What started as matter ended as meaning. They called it evolution, progress, 100% of the brain. But here in the twilight zone of the mind, it was something simpler and far more dangerous to the ego. It was remembrance. For when the illusion of space and body fell away, she found there was nowhere to go and nothing left to find. Just one silent fact echoing through every atom of creation: I am everywhere.